Hey everybody, Anthony from Retrosode here, and welcome to my 500 subscriber Q&A video. I'm sorry you had to witness that dance. I asked a lot of you guys to submit questions for me for my 500 Q&A video so I could answer some of them, and I have them on my phone here. But first, before we get to that, I just want to give you guys a huge thank you. 500 subscribers is it's an incredible feeling to know that 500 of you out there care enough to subscribe to my channel and care about the content that I put out, to engage in the community and leave comments. And it's really bizarre. I know 500 actually doesn't sound like a lot of people, but you really got to put that into perspective. That's like 2 or 3 giant movie theaters full of people. And when I think of it like that, I'm just like, wow, that's really incredible. And it's such an amazing feeling, guys. And I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot to me. And I really don't know how to actually express in words how much it actually matters to me and how much it means to me. What I really wish I could do is give you all a hug. The first question you guys might be curious about right now is, why am I wearing glasses? Well, it is true. When I record my videos for Retrosode, I don't wear glasses. In fact, I didn't wear glasses until recently. It wasn't until after my Caveman Games episode that I realized that I actually couldn't see very well and that I was blind. But for consistency's sake, I keep my glasses out in videos just so it's easier to recognize me. But who knows? For this video, I'm wearing my glasses because I need to be able to read the questions. So that's why I'm wearing glasses. All right, let's get to the first question. What consoles do I own? Handhelds count too? Well, this might take a little while to answer, so I'm going to try to list them off just from memory. The oldest console I have is the Vectrex, which came out, I think, in the 70s, which is really cool. I have a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 3 Nintendo 64s, a Nintendo GameCube, a Nintendo Wii, and a Wii U. I have the original Game Boy. I have 2 Game Boy Pockets, 2 Game Boy Colors, Game Boy SP, a DS, a 3DS, a PSP in advance. I forgot that one. I've got a Sega Genesis, a Sega Master System, a Sega Saturn, a Sega Dreamcast. I've got Xbox One, or like the original Xbox, and an Xbox 360. I have a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I don't have any of the other PlayStations. I also have like those like miniature versions, like the PS1 and stuff like that. So those are the consoles that I own, as well as my computer. I have the Samsung Gear VR if I want to do virtual reality to watch YouTube videos when I'm laying in bed. But other than that, yeah, I actually do have quite a lot of consoles, and I always want to have more. What's my favorite music genre / band? Well, I'm actually very eclectic when it comes to music. I don't necessarily have a specific favorite, because I actually like lots of different music from different genres. I don't necessarily listen to a lot of screamo or country music. Those ones I tend to kind of stay a little bit away from, but I really love classical music. I really love lounge music from like the 1950s, like Perry Como. I really like 80s music. 80s music I could sing and listen to all day. That's my favorite type of music. I dropped my phone in my garbage. Who's to say the cows are not secret killers? Good question. They might be. Next question. Why hasn't everyone realized you're awesome yet? I've got 500 of you that realize that I'm awesome, and that's really good, and that's good for me. But, what it comes down to is that I'm a small-time YouTuber, and a lot of people aren't exposed to my videos, and I can't blame people for that. I do actually have quite a large subscriber to video view ratio, so I really can't complain. But if you want to tell your friends about me, word of mouth is actually the best way to advertise, so tell everybody, tell them all now, get 17 subscribers each right now, and we can have tons of subscribers. Did that seem desperate? Don't do that. Maybe just one. Maybe. Whatever happened to Spuddy Buddy? Yeah, I threw him out. He's a potato. But he was really cute, and I didn't throw him out for like a month until he started to get like spuds growing off of him. But yeah, he was Spuddy Buddy, and everybody loved him. But unfortunately, he went into the garbage. Do I have any particular classic games that I ended up playing really late? And the answer is yes, to a lot of them. To be honest, Super Nintendo, I didn't actually own growing up. I used to have to go to my friend's house to play Super Nintendo. So one of the games that I didn't end up playing for a very long time was Chrono Trigger. So I'm really sorry to all of you guys for hearing that, because It's a great game. And there's other games too. I mean, everybody has their own set of core classic games. I loved Super Nintendo, but I was a Genesis kid growing up. My favorite game of all time is Shining Force 2, which is an RPG. I really love that game. But yeah, there's a lot of games I didn't play until late. But I would say the biggest one is probably Chrono Trigger, which I didn't play until a couple of years ago. Sorry. What types of screen capture software and hardware do I use? Well, in terms of screen capture, I actually record all my videos on an emulator because I don't have a game capture card for my actual consoles. So I play everything on an emulator. Depending on the console that I have to play, I use different emulators. Nestopia for NES, ZSNES for SNES. There's a few, the ones I can't remember. But what I use to record my footage is actually Fraps. I have a licensed copy of Fraps. I do all my video editing on Adobe Premiere Pro CC, the Creative Cloud version, which is expensive to keep a license to, but I have to. I use Photoshop, I use Premiere Pro, I use After Effects, I use Audition. In terms of lighting, I've borrowed a few lights as of late just to make my lighting in these videos a little bit better. I have this right here is my microphone. It is an Audio-Technica AT2020 USB condenser mic. I mean, and I've got a Sony Carl Zeiss Vario Sonar 2.285. I don't know what it is. It's a camera. It's a Sony camera that I used to record my footage. You'd think I'd be better at all this, but let me dispel the notion. I actually have no idea what I'm doing. Can I get a pre-release to all the videos before anyone else? This is actually a really good question because this is something I was hoping to talk to you guys about. Now, I've only got 500 subscribers, but one of the things that people have been doing as of late is creating Patreon accounts. And Patreon, I think, is really good for people who are a little bit more consistent than I am. And that's something I want to work towards. Maybe in the future, I'll get a Patreon account. If I get a Patreon account, then yeah, I'm going to have early access to my videos by a day or two for Patreon members. But otherwise, it's all going up on YouTube at the same time right now because I'm too small to ask for a Patreon. But if you guys think a Patreon would be a good idea, let me know because filming all this stuff isn't cheap. And I don't make any money on YouTube right now. So we'll see in the future maybe. What is better, peanut butter and banana or peanut butter and jam? Peanut butter, jam, and banana because bananas are delicious. Is that a cop-out answer? Probably. Are you ready to suffer a sour fate? Sure. That was my friend Terrence. We're actually going to do a video together here pretty soon, hopefully, where we're going to do a challenge video and we're going to eat sour food to see who has the better taste for sour. So, yeah, I'm very ready for my sour fate. That sounds bad. Can you make a video of all your bloopers? That's a great idea. I have a lot of them. In fact, this video is well over 10 minutes already, and I bet in terms of what you're seeing, it's not even close to that because I make a lot of mistakes. So yeah, totally, I'd love to make a blooper video. Maybe at another milestone we can make another blooper video or something. I think that'd be a great idea. Do you have any plans to do collaborations with other people or do you prefer to go it solo? In terms of Retrosode, I tend to mostly work on my own with Retrosode, but that's not to say that I'm not open to collaborations. I think collaborations would be a fantastic idea. Getting other people in. In fact, I do have some ideas for some collaborations, some that I would like to do, some that I have planned. There's a lot of really exciting stuff coming for this channel, guys. I hope you understand that I've been working very, 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 very hard on this. Even though the videos haven't been coming out super fast, they're gonna, but I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying. And that does it for today's question and answer video. If you guys want to have another question answered, leave it in the comments below. I'm probably going to make another Q&A video here before long, especially if we continue to grow at the pace we have been. We've hit 500 subscribers now, and once again, thank you guys so much for that. It really does mean a lot. But this is just the start. We are a strong, proud army of something. So I've asked you guys this a few times, what you guys want to be called, like, as a group. And I've got a couple of suggestions. Retrosodians, Retronauts, Sutters, which I didn't quite get. Somebody told me to say Bubs, which made me think of Homestar Runner. But, yeah, so I don't really actually have a name for you, for everybody yet. But I would really like to create that. I want to be able to say, hey, blanks. I did get some very inappropriate suggestions, so I won't use that. I so far like Retronauts or Retrosodians or something with a retros. Sup retros? I kind of like retros actually. Retrobros, Retbros. I don't know. Anyways, so if you guys want to leave a comment below what you guys think you should be called, or if you guys want to ask another question, leave it below. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Peace. I'm not good at outros.